If the man ain't leading you to Christ, go ahead and make that sacrifice. I was just like, who said church was a fashion show? I never said or have acted like church is a fashion show. Baby, don't do that. Welcome girl, welcome. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Myra and I'm a Christ-led content creator on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. But if you're not new here, then welcome back. I have been meaning to film this video over and over again. As you've read by the title, today's video is going to be a Christian girly Q&A. A few people from my Instagram broadcast channel sent in questions just about, like, you know, the walk, dating, modesty, all things like faith-based related that the Christian girlies would want to talk about. And so we're going to get into it in this video. I have everything here on my trusty iPad and I'm so excited because these questions are really good. Like, these are some good questions. This video is not sponsored, but I did want to plug my girls jewelry line called Chasing the Sun Jewelry. Get it? Chasing the sun, chasing the sun. You get it, you get it, you get it. She sent over a few pieces and I have been loving these. This necklace says Daughter of the King, and let's see if the zoom in will work. Probably not. My earrings say holy. So if you're interested, I'm gonna have it linked down below in the description box. Now we can get into the Q&A. All right, do you think a relationship would work if he's a worldly man and you're a woman of God? I'm gonna say it now, don't play yourself. Don't even play yourself. If the man ain't leading you to Christ, go ahead and make that sacrifice. Say this with love. I understand, you know, not every man is going to be the perfect Christian man that we, you know, pray for, but there has to be a standard set. There has to be a clear understanding of, okay, this is a man of God that, you know, is flawed but walking with the Lord, or this is just a worldly guy that either doesn't respect the Lord, doesn't know the Lord, or says he loves the Lord, but his life doesn't reflect that in any way, shape, or form. There are rare cases, and I mean very rare, where the Lord has, you know, brought two people together and maybe one was on one page and the other wasn't, and it worked out, and, you know, the faith grew in that other person, and then they, you know, grew in the Lord. But to put yourself in a position where you're in a relationship with someone who, one, doesn't have a relationship with the Lord, or two, has no regard for your personal relationship with the Lord, is a risk that I highly do not recommend. I think it's just best to wait on the Lord to bring you that man of God that is going to love you like Christ loves the church and can walk this walk with you, because they've already been walking it for themselves. The next question says, where in your walk did you know you were ready to start dressing and living more modestly? It makes me think back to when I first gave my life to Christ during the pandemic. For me personally, like, I immediately cleared out my closet. I didn't film or like talk about it, but I cleared that closet, okay? I threw away crop tops, certain dresses, shorts, skirts, certain things. Like, I threw away a lot of stuff in my closet, but I want to say it was like late 2021, 2022 when I started to really find my style and figure out like what works best for my body type and what I like to wear. And I'm still learning and growing as time goes on. But I would say late 2021, 2022, once I started with the TikTok content, for sure. The next question says, how do you really dress modestly, if that's a word, while still being stylish? I struggled with this too, because I felt like I was gonna have to give up looking cute, and I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to look like a grandma or look like, you know, the Amish or a nun every single day just to be modest. And so I started to experiment with, you know, different styles and textures and outfits and layers and things like that to see, like, okay, what have I already been wearing that I can switch around and make it more modest to not only give inspo but please the Lord, most importantly. Pinterest has great inspiration, but I honestly always recommend for like winter, fall seasons, play with layering and go from there. The next question says, how do you dress nice/cute without making it an idol? Focusing on Matthew 6 verse 31. I'm about to pull that up right now. Thank you for the scripture reference, girl. It says, therefore do not worry, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or what shall we wear? To be very honest with y'all, I've had to check myself on this same thing many times over, and I'm probably gonna have to keep checking myself about it as time goes on, because I'm not perfect. There have been Sundays where sometimes, like, unintentionally, my mind is more focused on what I'm going to wear than actually going to church and receiving the word, or like being focused on what I'm going there for. And in those times, I'm like, I'm gonna stay home, I'm just gonna watch online, because if that's where your mind is at, you don't need to go in person. At least that's the way that I personally check myself when I've made like fashion or the filming and things like that an idol. Like, I check myself and I say, okay, you know what, if this is what you're more focused on, maybe you should just watch online. That shouldn't be your focus, you know what I mean? I think it's very important to not just include God, but take everything that you're doing to the Lord and pray about it and ask him to help you in that area. And so, although I forget, I really do try to make sure, like, when I'm coming up with an outfit, I'm like, okay, God, like, help me figure out what to wear, because I don't know what to wear. And he will literally like bring an outfit to my mind, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wear that. And then it's out of the way, and I don't need to, you know, don't need to be up on a Sunday morning struggling like, I don't know what to wear, and now my mind is all focused on XYZ. So I think really taking that into prayer and allowing the Lord to lead you in that area is going to help you to focus on him first and foremost and not make it an idol. Outfit can never be that deep to the point where you're missing the focus. Like, it can never be that deep. It can't. What is something you like about dressing modest? Honestly, I would say like Jesus elevated my style, because before, baby, I couldn't dress. I could not dress to save my life. I was literally wearing whatever. Now that I've given my life to the Lord and I've given over this aspect of my life, fashion and clothing, to him as well, like, he's elevated me and helped me to bring out my personality through my clothing and bring ideas to life that back then I never would have come up with. Number two, the attention goes off of my body and like onto the clothes, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, when you're wearing like provocative clothing and you're, you know, wearing revealing clothing, when people see you, they're just gonna think about like your body and they're going to sexualize you. I feel like when you're dressed modestly, they're not thinking about your body, they're actually looking at your outfit or your clothing, and they might even ask you like, oh, where did you get your dress from? I feel like the perception changes from, okay, I'm looking at you in a lustful, revealing manner, to I like that outfit and I love how you're concealed. I feel like for the most part that like lustful gaze has been lifted off of me from other people, and people see me for me and not my body. Another reason I would say is because I just love to play around with different outfits and ideas, and I feel like the more you get to layer and cover up, you get to experiment in so many different other ways. And so I love the fun of it. I love the different like possibilities and the outfit combinations you can come up with. Like, the possibilities are endless, honestly. Where to shop for cute but modest clothing? Y'all know I got the hookups. You know I'm gonna give you the tea because I don't gatekeep. Places that I personally like to shop are Pretty Little Thing, although it is a bit of a struggle when I'm on the website sometimes, and I know they used to have a modest clothing section and they got rid of it. I don't know why, but they need to bring it back. PLT, Zara has a lot of cute pieces. I haven't really shopped for like modest clothing or clothing really from Shein in a while. ASOS, Meshki is a bit pricey, but I think it would be worth it. I have them all written on the screen for you to do your own research. Navigating dating as a woman of God. I'm assuming this is like a how-to question. I'd be darned if I said I had it all figured out. The area of dating is something in the past I like have struggled with, because I had not really come across men of God. And so it was just like, not heartbreak, but like no after no after no. I would say guard your heart. Guard your heart. Do not move in any situation until the Lord has given you confirmation. I think that's honestly what I can say personally. Guard your heart, listen to your discernment, and wait for confirmation. That's really the 3 that I can give y'all. And for the last question, what has been the hardest and easiest part of your modesty journey? I'll start with the easiest part. I think the easiest part of my modesty journey was, like I said at the beginning, purging my closet and letting go. That was easy to do. I just got rid of everything. I was like, yeah, I'm not wearing that stuff no more. Good, boom, taken care of. I would say dealing with the public feedback, negative critiques, if you will. Obviously, as you put yourself out in the public, people are technically warranted to give their own public opinions. And there have been a few times where, you know, I posted outfit of the days or get ready with me's for church, and people have commented pretty interesting things. I'll leave it at interesting, for lack of a better word. Interesting things to rebuke me, correct me, but it wasn't given. I don't say that to be prideful. I don't say that to be snobby or, you know, think that I know everything. I know that there are areas in my walk and my modesty journey where I can improve. But I just remember there was this one comment someone had made about how church is not a fashion show. I was just like, who said church was a fashion show? I never said or have acted like church is a fashion show. Baby, don't do that. Comments like those will definitely mess with you, because it's like, okay, am I this vain person that someone thinks I am? But I know what I'm doing. I know why I'm doing it. Do I just ignore them, or do I actually take heed to that? Like, if not for my mentors, I probably would have cried and told myself like, I'm not doing this modesty thing right, because I must be doing this, you know, for vain purposes. I must think church is a fashion show, and like internalize those thoughts. You know what I mean? Like, you need spiritual accountability and mentors and people around you to lift you up and remind you like you're good. Like, in some scenarios, most scenarios, like, you're good. It's okay. For any and every mistake that I've made in my modesty journey and life journey, Christ journey, like, we're still learning, still growing. And so I just want to encourage you as well, if you're watching this video, there's room for growth. There's room for improvement. There's room for you to grow out of what you once knew and step into a new place. I think that's going to be it for this Q&A. If you guys are interested in seeing more of these, comment down below. Feel free to ask questions, and I'm going to go to sleep. I hope this video was encouraging to someone. I hope this video was helpful and blessed you in any measure. See you guys in my next video. Bye.